going to show y'all how simple excuse me, it is to strain your infused oils. This right here is my grown from here on the farm sunflower petals from my sunflowers, and I infused them in sunflower oil. Some folks will ask, well, why will you infuse sunflower petals in sunflower oil? Well, you get more of an extra benefit when you combine the same plant with the same kind of oil. You get that extra benefit from the plant material back into your oil. So this is, like I said, sunflower petal infused oil, infused sunflower oil. What is it great for? Your skin. I'm going to use this basically to make lip balms with. I'm going to combine it with some of my homegrown peppermint. I made some peppermint infused coconut oil. So I've got to make some chapsticks coming up. People call them lip balms. They go by different names. So I'm going to strain this, but I'm not going to use just this strainer here. I thought about it and I was like, wait a minute. I like to use my jelly bags. So I'm going to use a jelly bag instead of this strainer here to strain my oil. It's a lot more simpler that way. You're simply going to take your jelly, if you use the jelly bag method, this is how I do it. You're simply going to take your jelly bag, open it up, and kind of put it around the edges of your measuring cup. And you're going to do this carefully because you can make a mess. And you want to do it kind of quickly. So you're going to take your jar and you're just going to dump it in there. Try not to let it plop too hard or too high up. If you do that, you're going to have a mess. Alright, well, you see it's kind of getting full there. And you do want most of the oil out of your jar. A lot of people, they'll get out what comes out, and that's about it. You can take a one of those very flexible spatulas and scrape around in your jar and get the rest of the oil out. I'll do that after I do this. Now you're going to take your jelly bag, and it's quite full, and you're going to lift up on it, and you're going to want to let it drain. And at this point in time, you're going to really want to have it. You see this eye hook? I'm going to take the strings here and I'm going to tie them around that eye hook with my measuring cup directly underneath the bag and let it strain that way for a little while, and then go back and squeeze it. See how much is going to come out of there? You want to let it drain there for a while. You're also going to want that, you're going to want a large measuring cup. This is a quart, I believe. No, yeah. It's a quart measuring cup. So your bag, your jelly bag is going to kind of like sway back and forth, but you want that directly underneath, about the middle of it, because sometimes it'll also drain on the corner of them, before it gets to the middle. So just leave it there and let it drain for as long as you can let it drain. And that oil is a pretty golden color anyway, but with these sunflower petals infused in it, it makes it that much more beautiful golden color of oil. I mean, you can use this in soaps, you can use this in your salves, you can use this in your chapsticks or lip balms, any kind of body material, on your body, anywhere. These oils are wonderful for. And sunflower oil, it's just a beautiful remedy for a lot of things, especially your skin. It's very moisturizing. So I'm gonna let this drain for a while. I'll come back, and what I'll do is I'll squeeze the bag, and get all the oil out of a can, and that'll keep the debris of the sunflower petals in there and not let it get in your oil. And then you're going to, of course, get a clean jar of some sort, And you're going to want to keep it stored in that. And keep it out of the sunlight. And keep it in a cool place. I've got to get my young a grilled cheese fixed up. He's hungry for his breakfast this morning. So I'm going to do that. And then I'll come back to this. Alright. Let me do something different here. Maybe that's better. Okay. We've done and got all of our sunflower oil, sunflower petal infused sunflower oil. That's a mouthful. Drained. I just grabbed it and squeezed it all the way down and got all of the extra oil out. So I'm just going to take that, and I've got a, everybody calls them compost piles, and that's, you know, that's what they are. But I've got a pile out yonder. It's only, I only use vegetation for my compost pile. I don't use any more animal waste. That's what exactly it is, or I used to in the past. I've done my research into that. Different video, different time. So anyway, these sunflower petals will go into my vegetation pile for fertilization for my garden. So now we're going to take this measuring bowl, cup, and we're going to pour it into this jar here. You want a clean jar. I like to put a funnel on top because these, you have to be extremely careful when you're pouring them, or you're going to make a mess. And you went through all this work and let it sit for all this time. So you can have this. You don't want to spill any of it. And when you don't want to, if you spill it on your countertops, no matter how nice and clean they are, you really don't want to scrape it back into your jar. Alright, so we're gonna get this situated. Alright, let's do this thing. We're going to get a hand on this, and we're going to slowly, and I'm going to watch this and not really the camera. I'll hold it back here and do this. Anytime you have a measuring cup with a spout on it, don't go dumping it all at one time. Pour slowly. It's like when you're pouring hot coffee. You don't want to pour it all at one time. It's going to run down the sides of it. The spout helps it to pour out better. But at the same time, you can really mess it up. Pour it slowly. Now I'm looking at this, and this is a quart jar, and I had it in a quart jar, and I'm thinking, how in the living world am I going to have more in this jar than I'm supposed to have? I'm at a pickle for that one. Alright, so we're going to finish filling this one up. Not really too much more, because if you go to pour it out, it's going to make a mess too if you don't pour slowly. So we'll just go ahead and pour some in here, about right up to yonder. Take our funnel out, and we'll cap that, and then we'll just grab us. I mean, you could actually go ahead, and if you're going to make your chapsticks, that's plenty for chapsticks. But I'm just going to put that in a smaller container. And then I'm going to cap that too. I usually have these really, really small ones. But I'll get that taken care of. So now you're going to want to find you a cap. I've got to go to my cupboard room and get that. Alright, we got it done. I got that one filled up to about the neck, and then that one right there, the little jelly jar. That's just some beautiful oil. Man, it's just so pretty and golden. So, yeah, like I said, you can use it for any skincare product whatsoever. It's got wonderful nutrition for your skin now. And it's hydrating, and it's conditioning, and it's wonderful for lip balms. That's my intention for it. But also I'm going to make some balms. Like I said, salves are fine for most people, but I like balms because they're thicker. They hold their structure better, and they hold up even in the heat better than a salve does. But I got nothing against salves. Nothing against salves. So that's how you strain an infused oil. Jelly bags are your best go on that. You can, like I said, hang them from eye hook off of your cabinets and just let them drain over your measuring bowl, and then just squeeze them as it hangs there over your measuring bowl. And they're easy cleanup. You just dump the plant material that's in it and then stick that in some warm or hot soapy water for a little while, you know, a few minutes. Wash it out, rinse it out with, you know, hot or warm water, and then hang it to dry. And then grab it for the next one. So, desire I taught you something, and if you're desiring to make infused oils, it's extremely simple. You just have to know what type of oil, what its uses are, and how long it will go without going rancid while you're infusing your plant material. All right, y'all have a fine, and Shalom from Hilltop Hollar, y'all. Halal Yahuah.